welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We are back on Active Sports TV, where we gonna go ahead and discuss a few, lead rumors regarding the Clippers. Is stating that at the moment in time that my clip city is actually at the moment pursuing Tyus Jones. So that's interesting. Interesting. That's something to unpack right there. Um, I have mixed feelings on that. I'm gonna give you a little bit on it, and y'all just rock with me. Rock with me, all right? So Tyus Jones is definitely pretty much a veteran point guard who is a reliable point guard who came out of Memphis. Was backing up John Morant, and they did have a few successful years over there. He was a part of that success. He has a nice winning pedigree when it comes to just his overall, NBA production. He's done well for himself, especially coming off the bench and, like I said, being a backup point guard to John Morant. He fulfilled those minutes and did his role to the fullest. I believe his average was go ahead and get to that. What did Titus Jones average for last year? The Washington Wizards. As I do my homework on Titus, yeah. But along with the rumors that stating that with Titus Jones being actively being pursued by us, it may involve a three team trade, or it may potentially involve three of our players. Two of these players pretty much have already been in trade talk rumors. So we pretty much know that they could be potentially out of here. We don't know where. We don't know what piece that they were compliment us with and give us back. But I'm looking for a power forward, Tyus Jones. Even though he's a nice addition, we are heavily point guard dominant, and that means that someone that's currently on the team that I have high hopes for, or I believe that with the opportunity can produce. But I understand if Frank is like, hey, we still in will win now mode, and we're looking to add, all of the complementary pieces that we possibly can that can we can rely on throughout the city to throughout the season, to where you know Kawhi will be able to preserve itself and get us over the hump. Ty Tyus Jones, he reminds me a lot of Van Fleet, kind of similar to his game, a little on the smaller side, but also to me he also a little better playmaker. Just to get to uh, Tyus Jones' stats, um, last year with Washington, he averaged 12 points for that season, which was with 29 minutes played that season. That is an average. So as a backup point guard, in Washington, coming behind Jordan Poole, that's okay. Also, he was able to snatch down 2.7 rebounds that year, last year. And one of the more important things that I mentioned as well is that he is, I think, a little better than Van Fleet, is that he can definitely create for others. He averaged 7.3 over at Washington, and with Washington and those players, basically they had a tanking year. They weren't really playing for anything. A lot of those players were just playing for self and stats. A lot of individual ball for him to still, get those 7 assists and make that a priority. I think that's nice. So let's go to the year before that when he was with Memphis, as I was stating. He had played 24 minutes average that season. Also produced 10.3 points that season, as well as 2.5 rebounds that season, and his average of assists was at 5.2. So with five pretty much minutes less than he had the season after with Washington, you see that his points average um, was pretty much only at 2% lower than what he averaged his last season, and his assist average was only 2% lower than it was his last season. So with more minutes, more time, more production, that's great. So you see the potential there. You see what he can do. And I just wanted to let Clipper Nation know a little bit about Tyus Jones and what we can expect if it happens that he do get acquired by the team, and how that will shape us up. So one of the trade rumors that's out is that we will may have to ship Russell Westbrook, possibly PJ Tucker, and also Bones Highland. If that's the case, then that means that we'll be giving up Bones. Um, Russ get to go and return back to Washington. Um, I would like to know like how that will work for Russ. He is looking to be a starter again, so maybe he can go over there and groom them guys, be a mentor, get Jordan Poole in order, have him start playing for something, along with I believe they still have Kuzma over there, if I'm not mistaken, and try to see if they can at least start turning that corner to start winning. But if that's the case, it will be sad to see Bones leave. I believe Bones is a very nice piece for us, but looking at our roster, let's go ahead and look at our roster currently. Give me 1 second, guys. You, um, we have. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Bingo. Let's go. So we're gonna start with we have currently still on the roster Russell Westbrook. He will potentially be one of the stars that would maybe inquired in this trade. Um, we also have Kevin Porter Jr. now on the team, who's another guard who also is going to be paying a point. May switch over to the two, so that's already two guards there. We already have our main point guard, such as James Harden, who is going to be our starting point guard, who's going to get majority of the minutes. And James Harden does play a lot of minutes. I'm hoping that this season, with us having so many reliable point guards, that does, you know, take minutes off of him and preserve his body as well, because he also had injuries last year. He also had, injuries he had to fight through and try to play through throughout the season as well. So if we can compliment him and get him to be able to still produce what he can produce with shorter minutes played, that'll be awesome. And then if we have a complimentary piece such as like say Tyus Jones and Kevin Porter Jr. Combine and do their job to at least steady the ship, it looks good. Going forward, we have Kawhi Leonard on the roster. We also have, like I said, Bones Highland, who was a potentially a acquired piece in this trade. Then we also have Mo Bamba, who will be our backup center to Zubac. We also have Amir Coffey, who is 2/3. He can play the shooting guard. He also can play small forward. He's a small forward. That is kind of funny. Small forward, and he's a decent two guard. If it was me, being what Washington is lacking thereof, my first proposition to them was to place Amir Coffey into that trade, and also, you know, put PJ and Russ in there if they're looking to have a veteran point guard. If not, I think Atlanta is the best place to go for Russell Westbrook, bro. I honestly believe that if he goes to Atlanta, he can try to rekindle his stardom. He can show everybody who he is and what he happens to still have left, and can contribute to a team that have some winning desire, who is not completely looking to tank. And if that happens to be what Atlanta is doing, I don't know. I'm not an Atlanta Hawks fan, but I just see that working out for him better. But he may want to go to Washington. He's familiar with Washington. I'm As long as he is somewhere he wants to be. We Clipper fans. We love Russ. We ain't trying to dog him. We won't slander him. He brings energy. He galvanized the troops. He's going to be there. Always going to be available. And he's going to give it his all, 110%. With what he has to contribute to a team that's looking for him to be a starter. That's yet to be seen. But on this team, we don't necessarily need that anymore. We do have James Harden, who is our starting point guard, and that's who we're going to rely on. And I think Frank and the front office, they actually got it right here. I believe James is still better at his game at the moment in time, more reliable when it comes to his game at the time. So I look forward to seeing James Harden have a full off season with us, go through training camp, and be able to start from the beginning to the end with us. And hopefully we got a ring at the end of it. Continuing to give you the roster of the players that's on the roster. Some players may be on the team, some players may not be. Just letting you know what we're dealing with, and how complicated things are with all these point guards. So going forward, we have Jordan Miller, who stand out in the summer league. I just did a episode on him, and if you're into Clipper content in general, look at all of my episodes. I did the Paul George podcast P reaction. I did him leaving us high and dry. I did the Kawhi the USA fiasco, all these episodes. So make sure you go and check those episodes out. Give them thumbs up as well, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Actor Sports is keeping you current when it comes to sports media. You dig? I'm putting the work in. Don't look at this and just go past that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, like the content, and do more to come as we go forward. T Man, he's a Clipper favorite. Listen, my wife loves this dude. That's her favorite player on the team, and he's also one of my favorites as well. Next to Kawhi, Terrence Mann is my favorite, hands down. Zubac as well. These dudes are they just Zubac and Terrence Mann is just a different type of Clipper. You know what I mean? Like they were born and raised here. You know what I mean? It's different. Like drafted here. Well, Zubac wasn't drafted here. He was pretty much drafted to LA, but they didn't treat him like he was supposed to be treated. He came to the right side. We developed him the right way. We made him into a great star in the league as a big man. And we could trying with James Harden. He can also try to develop his game. We want to see how far Zubac can go. We know maybe superstar status is not in his future, but if he can become a star, a great addition, then battle it out with them boys, Sabonis, Cody Jokic, some of the beads, and if he can stand his own with them guys, that's a nice company to be a part of. So, with that being said, T Man, he's our switchblade. He's our do it all guy. I mean, this man put on a hard hat, and it ain't nothing that he can't fix. When it comes to defensive bleeding, he's there to make sure he's the point of the attack guy. When it comes to being the creator and our temporary point guard, he's producing and trying to create for some of the best in the league. PG, um, Kawhi. This guy is being reliable. He is also responsible for one of our biggest playoff wins and contributing to us being able to get somewhere that we never gotten before the Western Conference Finals without that 39 piece that he put on top of Utah head. We don't, get to see Phoenix, and I will be forever grateful to Terrence Mann for that. He's forever going to be a Clipper favorite, standout, and yeah, he's on this roster. At the moment in time, currently, we still have PJ Tucker. We also have the young Kobe Brown, and like Xavier Moon. These guys are going to be our G League players. Kai Jones, he may be someone that can break the rotation. Also, a good complementary piece in the post, and he can guard the paint, rim runner, rim protector. So I'm looking forward to him. Wish we can see him in the summer league, but he's dealing with an injury at the moment. We still have Norman Powell, Musa, Zubac, and Nico, and the new addition, Derrick Jones. So with that guard, you know, crowdedness up there right now, where everything is being suffocated at the point guard position, I don't necessarily see how Tyus Jones fix that unless we get rid of majority. And that means two will have to go for one. And at the moment in time, like I said, was being reported, we're actively trying to pursue him. And if it's any truth to that, which seems to be pretty true, that will means that Russell Westbrook may be returning to Washington. Bones Highland may be also added along with that. PJ Tucker may be also along with that. So, to keep you guys current, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's late. I got to, put the work in for y'all. So, y'all make sure y'all just do what needs to be done for me. Hit the like button. Share. Comment. Subscribe. And you will not regret doing what you did. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep you current. You're going to know something that you didn't know. And hey, you ain't even got probably a laugh or two. So, Active Sports TV, like, subscribe, comment. We out of here. Peace.